How can I best express this? How many of what kind of thing would we have to line up end to end?
29,000 rulers.
I don't think you people are quite getting into the spirit of the hill.
The spirit of the hill?
The spirit of the hill.
How about this? If I shot you out of a missile silo, you'd have to go 29,000 feet in order to clear the peak of Everest, land on a pile of rocks in Tibet, and shut the hell up.
I'm just saying, it's a big mountain.
And I hear ya.
Cold outside? Fit for man or beast out there, but here I am.
Any good mail?
Everybody needs money.
Who's everybody?
Everybody. Medical research, hospital, schools, animal shelters, daycare centers, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, all kinds of scouts.
You got yourself on a mailing list.
I'm on the mailing list to end all mailing lists.
Who'd you give money to?
I honestly can't remember, Casey. A couple of months ago, I wrote a check to someone. Now I'm in the middle of Dickensian in London. I'd love to give money to all these people, but then I'd have no money. I need someone's mailing list just to pay rent.
It's a vicious circle.
It is.
It's a never-ending circle.
It keeps going round and round.
Never ends.
It's what makes it vicious.
And a circle.
So what do I do?
About what?
You're not listening at all.
I was listening a little. I remember the circle.
I'm inactive. I don't act. I talk a pretty good game, but in the end, I just sit there completely inactive.
Ah, like the trusty basset hound.
Yes.
Except basset hounds don't talk a good game.
Right.
They can't talk at all, Danny.
You understand what I'm saying?
They're dogs.
I'm inactive.
Pick a letter, write a check.
Which would certainly ease my liberal guilt.
That's a vicious circle.
Very vicious.
You know, while we've been having this conversation, a couple of people have probably died from something you could have cured.
That's great, Casey. Easing of the pressure.
Let's take a look. The Montgomery Symphony Orchestra.
Montgomery, Alabama?
Who cares?
What's wrong with music, and why should Montgomery have some?
Well, there's nothing wrong with music, and Montgomery obviously does have some, but this is about prioritizing. I don't think the world is suffering from lack of quality symphony orchestras, do you?
No.
Okay.
But music, culture, the arts, these things shouldn't be confined to just New York and Vienna.
It's settled then. The Montgomery Symphony gets a charitable donation for Dan Rydell.
Not so fast. What's the next one?
The American Heart Association.
Oh, and I suppose they're trying to cure disease.
Tell you what, why don't you have your new friends in Alabama play some Beethoven?
You need to think about this one.
We've got Kelly from New Orleans after the Saints finish up in Bryan in San Francisco. Natalie, you've got something from building security?
Yes, they say with the cold weather already here, some of our local homeless have begun spending the night in the atrium of the 6th Avenue lobby. If we see anyone, we're supposed to call security at 116.
Wait a second. Shouldn't we be doing something for them?
Like what?
What do they need?
The homeless?
Yeah.
They need homes.
Moving on.
You know where the Corey team is?
They're going to strike camp in just a little while and head for the Hillary step up the southeast face.
Where are they right now?
Camp 4, about 2,500 feet below the summit.
That's where the toeholds start getting pretty scarce.
Tell me about it.
Radio contact's been coming in and out, but as far as we know...
Excuse me? Did you just say tell me about it?
When?
Then?
Just now?
Jeremy said toeholds start getting pretty scarce, and you said tell me about it.
Yes.
Implying that...
I climb.
You climb?
I climb. I'm a climber.
You climb at your gym.
Darn tootin' I do, and it's a challenging ascent.
It's a wall in a gym.
It simulates a Class 3 mountain.
I hear the air gets pretty thin up near the juice bar.
You know, mock me if you must, but I hold in my heart what few men possess.
A one-year membership to the Big Apple Health and Racket Club?
Spirit of the hill.
Tell him, Casey.
Yeah, tell us.
There's a hill. Spirit.
Man, did you drop the ball.
Oh, like you climbed Kilimanjaro.
All right, so you all know the drill for today?
Yes.
Do we got it?
Do you? Don't, do you?
We do. We understand the drill.
We do our regular Sunday show.
And she's still gonna tell us.
We do our regular Sunday show. We stick around and wait for the live feed from Everest. We kick it to Mike and Libby and Nepal, and we anchor the special.
That's pretty complicated. Can you go over that one more time?
I'm not going to be here this afternoon. I'm going to be gone for like 4 hours.
Everything's under control.
Good. I'll be back at 7. I'll need to see all the tape on the 1 o'clock games and anything we've got on the 4s. Pitch me any features at the 8 o'clock rundown, and somebody stay on top of Oakland and Baltimore.
Oh, where are you taking your niece?
The Lion King?
She'll love it.
Yeah, whatever. I could really live without a Broadway musical today.
I think it'll be good for you. You've been working too hard. It's good to get out and see life beyond these walls.
I got a video crew in the Himalayas, Isaac. How much further outside do you want me to go?
I want you to look at something that's not on the television screen. How long ago did you get your tickets?
I haven't gotten them yet. Hey,
You haven't gotten them yet?
I've got the box office number right here. I was just going to call.
Hey, the show's sold out. You can't just get tickets.
Don't be ridiculous, Isaac. It's a children's show.
Call the box office.
Look,
Call them.
Hi, I'd like 2 of your best seats for this afternoon's matinee. Anything between the 8th and the 12th rows in the center. And if I end up with an obstructed view, you're going to have a very angry woman on your hands. Yes. Yes.
What's he saying?
Stop to tell he's laughing pretty hard. Now he's telling his friends. And there he just hung up.
Screwed?
Totally screwed.
Take them.
What's this?
2 tickets to the Lion King.
How did you know that?
How did I know you've been living in this city for 3 years and would still have no idea where to take your niece?
Yes?
Lucky guess.
These are wasted on me, Isaac. You should give these to a theater lover.
You should become a theater lover.
I've tried. I've really tried. But the singing and the dancing, and there's oftentimes a hoedown.
There's no hoedown.
Don't tell me there's no hoedown, mister. I've been there.
Enjoy the show.
I'll enjoy it for my niece.
Enjoy it for yourself.
I appreciate the tickets. I'll be back at 7.
Nothing wrong with a good hold down.
Casey, 5 stars won't deliver.
What do you mean they won't deliver?
They won't deliver.
They always deliver.
And not today.
Why not?
Water main broke on 6th Avenue, and they're not letting anyone through.
I'm starving.
I know.
Did you tell them that I'm starving?
Yes.
And?
They really seem to care.
5 stars isn't delivering.
Water main busted out front.
Yeah, no.
I'm starving.
Anybody with cut footage from the 1 o'clocks? I need them on my desk in 15 minutes.
Oh, Dana, let me ask you something.
What?
What do you do with your money?
What do I do with my money?
Yeah.
Well, my portfolio is pretty much tied up in food and shelter, Dan.
I meant your disposable income. I've got some extra money, and I don't know what to do with it.
Wow, that must really suck.
Yeah, it's a tough decision, because what you're trying to... All right, I see what you're saying. Thanks, anyway.
AIDS.
Yeah?
Every once in a while, if I have a few extra dollars, I'll give it to an AIDS group.
That's great.
It's only a little bit.
Little's better than nothing.
I'll get you the name and address.
The thing is, more people die of breast cancer every year than AIDS. More people die of diabetes. About 20 times as many die of heart disease, but the government doesn't spend as much money researching those. It's not that we shouldn't be trying to cure AIDS. It's just we should be trying to cure everything. And if I'm dying of leukemia, I might well wonder where my red ribbon is. Why isn't someone throwing me a pajama party at Barbara's?
Hey, just got off the phone with Libby in Nepal. Corey's 1,500 feet from the summit.
2 guys descended 5 miles into the sky. They walked up a wall of ice and are preparing to knock on the door of heaven itself. There's really no end of what we can do. You know what the trick is?
What?
Get in the game.
700 people have made the summit.
How many died trying?
1 in 4. Last year, 15 died, and that's the most since Hillary made it in 53.
1 in 4 died?
Yeah?
Let's get that stat up front.
Sure.
Where do they die from? Hypothermia mostly?
Hypothermia, sometimes a fractured skull.
From what?
Falling very far and landing on a rock.
Sure.
Some of them die from something called cerebral edema. That's a high-altitude sickness that leaves its victims so disoriented they literally can't save themselves. They sit there knowing if they don't move, they're going to freeze to death. They don't do anything about it because their brain isn't giving them enough oxygen to care.
Huh. You think you'd ever try it?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I have to get into shape.
Well, if you got into shape,
I'd have to join your gym.
got a class 3 mountain.
Would I climb Everest?
Yeah.
Maybe. If I could do it right now, before I really had anything to live for.
Well, you don't think you have anything to live for?
Sure, but not like you. I mean, you've got a son and a great career.
You've got stuff to live for.
Not as much as I'm hoping I'll have to live for. Later. After I've lived a little while longer.
I see.
Guys, this is the film I was telling you about. It'll give you a good rundown of the equipment for the final assault.
Thanks. Hey, stay here. I just want to get rid of the stuff from my office.
Sure.
Hi.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Excellent.
Yes.
Casey and I were just talking about cerebral edema.
Cool.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
It's insane.
We can't behave like this with each other.
I like you like me. Everybody knows. Let's just go out and be done with it.
That's right.
So what if it's unprofessional?
You think it's unprofessional?
I didn't say that.
You did say that.
Yeah, but I didn't mean it.
Look, we have to have an understanding. At work, we just work. Professional. No furtive glances, no smiling at each other or flirting by the coffee. Right?
Absolutely. I think that's the trick. We just concentrate on the show and leave the rest for after.
I agree.
Good. I think we're going to need a new plan.
Yes.
I'll tell you this. Any small glimmer of a chance that I was going to climb Everest has completely vanished.
Isaac, you got a second?
Sure. What's on your mind?
You make a lot of charitable donations, don't you?
I try.
Who do you give your money to?
I used to donate money to the Democratic Party.
Not anymore?
Well, you get your heart broken enough times, you learn your lesson.
Who do you give your money to now?
I give it here and there. With plenty good causes.
That's the problem.
Danny, every morning I leave an acre and a half of the most beautiful property in New Canaan. Get on a train and come to work in a 54-story glass high-rise. In between, I step over bodies to get here. 20, 30, 50 of them a day. So as I'm stepping over them, I reach into my pocket and give them whatever I've got.
You're not afraid they're going to spend it on booze?
I'm hoping they're going to spend it on booze. Look, these people, most of them, it's not like they're one hot meal away from turning it around. For most of them, the clock's pretty much run out. They'll be home soon enough. What's wrong with giving them a little Novocaine to get them through the night?
Oh, my God! Have you two lived?
Dana, what?
I don't think you've lived. I don't think you've lived until you have seen this show.
You liked it?
Liked it? I don't know where to start.
That's wonderful.
I don't know where to start.
Why don't you organize your thoughts and get back to us?
The lights go down, and this woman with a voice like thunder, this woman, she summons all the animals of the jungle to appear and honor the birth of the new Lion King. She summons the animals with her voice, and do you know what happens next?
The animals appear?
The animals appear. I got goosebumps. It was exactly where I was meant to be at that moment. I gotta go tell everybody. Can I go tell everybody?
Don't tell everybody.
Thank you, Isaac.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the tickets.
You're welcome.
Thank you for everything. Thank you for opening my eyes to possibilities that would have gone heretofore unexplored in a life that, while ultimately...
Go.
Kim,
Nobody's delivering.
nobody's delivering?
Nobody's delivering.
But we're in New York City.
Yes, I know. I recognize the big buildings.
What about the kitchen?
They took all the food out of the kitchen to spray for bugs.
Could there be some dead bugs lying around I could eat?
Casey, listen to what happened to me.
I'm looking for dead bugs.
I went to a show.
Please tell me you have milk duds in your purse.
Don't you want to hear what happened to me?
Not unless you held up a deli during intermission.
I believe in the power of the theater.
Well, that's good. I believe in the power of a roast beef sandwich, so I don't have time to talk.
Casey, it was really quite something. The music began, and I just started to cry. I don't know where it came from. It was like church. I didn't know we could do that. Did you know we could do that?
Oh, when I forget something, usually reminds me.
I didn't know we could do that.
And the cold front, which seems to have blanketed most of the eastern seaboard, didn't seem to have an adverse effect on the Lions' offense this afternoon. Said Barry Sanders of his 240-yard, 3-touchdown performance. Heck, a lot of those runs, I was just trying to stay warm.
That's all for this edition of Sports Night, but don't go too far. Casey and I will be back at 2 a.m. to throw it to our team in Nepal for full coverage of the Everest Summit.
By the way, none of us here have eaten, so if you happen to be walking by the building with a pizza...
Dan.
You've been watching Sports Night on CSC. We'll see you later.
Good night.
We're out.
All right, let's get to it.
I'll be in editing with Casey.
That's a professional thing to do.
And we're professionals.
That's your sexy little butt we are.
I tell you what else. That wasn't my last Broadway musical either. I'm hooked. Absolutely hooked. Chris, Will, Dave, you guys like the theater?
Love it.
Me too.
Will?
It's not my cup of tea.
That's what I used to say. The trick is, you find the ones without the hoedowns.
Before they'll climb the mountain, the Sherpas perform a prayer ceremony or puja in which they ask the gods for permission to climb so close.
Maybe we shouldn't be trying to climb so close, Jeremy.
What do you mean?
No. 1 in 4 people have died trying to get up there.
Yeah, but more people try to get up there each year than the year before.
Ancient mariners used to think that if they sailed to the end of the ocean, they'd fall into a fiery pit of dragons. Aviators thought that if they broke the sound barrier, their planes would blow apart. One of these days, you might be right.
Well, not today.
You think they're gonna make it?
If they don't, somebody else will.
What if the gods don't give permission to climb so close?
The gods can stick it. We're citizens of this planet. George Mallory, Edmund Hillary, Magellan, Balboa, Desmond Corey, you and I. And I don't think anyone should tell us how high we can climb. That's Mount Everest, the highest peak on the planet. You see a lock on the door and a do not disturb sign?
It's 5 miles of ice straight up.
Piece of cake.
What's gotten into you?
I think I'm in love with Natalie.
Oh, that'll do it.
Now let's get back to work.
Yeah, right there. We can see it now. That was the voice of Desmond Corey. You heard him say we can see it. I'm assuming he's referring to the summit. Casey?
Yeah, Dan. It's helpful to know that the summit of Everest is much smaller than you probably imagined. Really no bigger than the top of a dining room table.
What can you tell us about the flags that are behind you?
These are prayer flags, Dan, left by different climbers and Sherpas. The different flags signify the different deities.
Mike, I understand that before they'll attempt Everest, the Sherpas perform a prayer ceremony in which they ask permission to tread so close to the gods?
Casey, that's a ceremony called a puja, and I promise you the climbers take it very seriously.
What happens if permission is denied? What if the gods deem us not worthy enough to climb up near them? Mike?
Libby, Mike, can you hear us?
Yeah, Dan, it looks like there's going to be another hold.
Damn it.
Libby, they got a problem up there?
It's hard to say, Dan.
Chances are they're probably changing their oxygen tanks and discarding the used ones.
They'll also want to do a final equipment inventory and a situation assessment before the final 50 feet or so.
How much more time?
How long a wait do you suppose we're in for?
Probably not more than 10 minutes or so. The window only stays open for so long, so it's pretty much now or never.
We'll come back.
We want them to get this right, so while Desmond and his team get ready for the summit, we're going to return you to regular programming. Stay tuned to CSC. We'll have the summit in no time.
Don't go far.
We're out.
Dana, are they gonna be okay?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, they're gonna be fine.
Then could we possibly get a large glazed ham in here?
Pot of beef stew?
We're trying.
How long does it take to fix a water main?
Why don't you go out there and ask them?
I would, but it's not fit for man nor beast out there.
Hey, did you solve your problem yet?
How to be a guilt-free altruist?
Yeah.
It's easier being a miser.
Can I say something? Sure. You're not gonna solve everybody's problems. In fact, you're not gonna solve anybody's problems, so you know what you should do?
What?
Anything. As much of it and as often as you can. I was right?
Which is surprising enough, but no. I just remembered there's a half a turkey sandwich in our office. Get it? Sandwich, turkey, half turkey, half turkey, half turkey sandwich, half turkey. Whoa. How'd you get up here? You're not supposed to be up here. Did they chase you out from downstairs? All right, listen to me. You can't stay here. There are people working here. You can't stay here.
Danny, Casey says. You want me to call security?
No, Elliot. It's okay.
You sure?
It's all right.
Oh, right outside.
Thanks. I got a half a turkey sandwich. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna sit with you while you eat, and I gotta keep an eye on this monitor here. I don't know if you can see, but there are two guys that are about to reach the peak of Mount Everest. Once they do, we got about 2 minutes to get back on air. You got a name? All right, anyway. Here's your sandwich. No, you don't have to pay me. Come on. Whoa, hey, take it easy, man. Thanks. You're welcome. Why don't we sit and watch this now?
What's happening?
We're watching.